I don't know why it stopped recording. I stopped it recording for whatever reason. Fuck it. But like, let's keep it going. So we have nobles here. These are like these guys. These are your real heavies. This guy, the whole movie revolves around how this guy can't stop raping and pillaging and causing problems. Christianity can never hold Jerusalem because everybody likes to do stupid shit. Seriously. Islam holds Jerusalem most of the time. Christianity only held it while, like, before Islam, as far as I'm concerned. Islam comes in, runs shit until, like, the war with Israel, and we establish Israel as the United States in, like, the 60s. Before then, no big deal. And that's not even in the 60s. It was actually in the, like, it was like, I don't remember. It was like, and you have to remember, Wiki has done some weird things, but, like, it might be the 6-Day War. I don't remember. It was pretty wild, because, it, like, the heavy part was, like, really in and out. But it was just, like, it was American CIA. That was pretty much. Like, American CIA, other people were like, we feel bad that a lot of Jews died during the Holocaust, that we didn't take any time to involve ourselves in because we like to preach that we are being isolationist. America likes to be isolationist until people like come in to mop up. Antiquity, classical, medieval. Medieval, this is just war. That's all it is. Seriously. Zionism. Zionism is that that Israel, like the way the way they create it is the Holy Land. But the issue with Zionism is Jews aren't supposed to go to Zion until the end of like the world. That when Zionism when Zion actually occurs, we are talking like post Ragnarok in real ways. Not to be cross-referencing, but that's when Zionism occurs. Like, if you want to say World War II was the worst thing to ever happen, you haven't lived long enough. Alright, the Arab-Israeli conflict. They don't call it what it was. It was like, it was a pretty long war. But like, look at that. Oh, okay. Alright. So we set it up in 1948, but because it's considered still going, then like, that's different. That, see, this changes it, because this implies that that people are still gonna fight over it. Nobody will concede that Israel should be there, is what this says right now. See, look at 1929, before the war. People were flipping out, but it was mostly like Muslim held. So this come up right here, that is different, but like Jews will claim real vendetta. Jews aren't supposed to attack. They're supposed to only do defensive action. They're not necessarily live and let live, but they're like, let us live our way and let us live our life. If you go at them, they have the right to go at you. These guys, it really depends on how you piss them off. You can say the wrong thing, you can insult their religion, you can insult their women, you can insult them a lot of ways. They're going to get mad, they're going to try and fight you. They can call it a jihad, they can call it a struggle, you struggle back, we see who struggled harder. The Civil War in Mandatory Palestine? Is that what we're calling, like, this incursion? Yeah. Foreign volunteers. Allied Bedouin tribes. Did the Bedouins still get treated nice in Israel? Because seriously, guys, these guys are looking real dark. But these are the guys I see with good tattoos. These women, if I see them with tattoos, instant respect from me. I don't see too many of these people anymore. This is a wedding procession. Swords. This guy, he's either beating horses or beating people. Spear. If you're Israeli and you've been taking out these people, I hope you shoot yourself. I hope you shoot yourself in a real fucked up way and just accept that you're not coming back. Bedouins, 1967. Bedouin. Arab Christian Bedouin. Three Bedouin sheiks, 1800s. You know what's funny? These guys live outside. Young Bedouin in Jordan looks like a Saudi Arabian king in a way. But unlike a Saudi Arabian king, this is where he is. That's for tea. The New Arab Spring had everybody that was indigenous take one tribe, and it began like with an A or something. If there are 25 million Bedouins right now, I'm real happy. Guy just chilling. Goat. Probably has a whole bunch more of them. If I'm smart, I see him, I offer him something that's worth something, I have one, I get to eat for a couple days. Also, not this small kid, not this sheep back here, but like big goat. If I'm in Mongolia, we're cutting this thing in half and we're throwing a leg out and we're gonna fight over it for a while. No big deal, I'll cook it later. The fire will cure it. Look at this. This is actually like the more you go down, the more it shows the progressions of the war. Look at it, see? It was alright, so it was the 1 year war, maybe the 2 year war. Then the Palestinians, like ethnic Arabs, are forced to exodus. People have been getting their shit stomped in because they won't leave ever since. But alright. Christianity no longer like sits up in here. We just prop people up with money now. That's all we do. We give them money and guns. We like in reality, Christianity has never held this, so we handed it to the indigenous, who are considered the Israelis. The Israelis were also pissed because 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. And with that said, they wanted their own shit for once. If you're devout and Jewish, you probably want this land, but if you're devout and Jewish, you have to remember like the shit that goes down. If they haven't really been able to get into this spot for a while because these guys were mad, which they shouldn't have been, because for the most part everybody was pretty cool for a while. We all got out of the war. I don't remember who these guys fought with. These These guys right here are all first world. This was set up. These guys, if they weren't involved in the war, didn't get cool shit to fight with. These guys also coming off of World War II directly. So these guys, no matter what, send heavies to prop this guy up. Look at this. Free Lebanon State, South Lebanon Army. Do these people exist? From what I understand, looking at these guys became these guys, and that would make them mercenaries and without a state. Maybe they fought to help get some land with these guys. Nobody cares. Mahal volunteers. These are overseas volunteers. 4,000. These are 4,000 heavies. That's a lot of people. Mostly veterans from the United States and British Armed Forces. That could be anybody. It really could. It could be a lowest surfer to heavy fucking heavies. Like, we're talking guerrillas, we're talking spec ops, SIS, SAS. SEAL Team 6 wasn't a thing then. You could have paratroopers. Paratroopers will be dangerous. Some of these still going. Free Lebanon State, South Lebanon Army. Lebanon is still on this side. These guys have no country. They gave it up in 2000. The PLO formed long after, eventually failed into history. So, Christians. Yeah. Saladin was fucking dangerous. He like in the grand scheme of things, Saladin will always be remembered as the guy that almost got Richard the Lionhearted, and then everybody died because it just took too long on all ends. Like Richard the Lionhearted, like if I'm not mistaken, like so Saladin runs shit, right? This guy runs shit, no big deal. It's what happens. You do it right, people remember you. He was considered one of the greatest kings. Fought against Richard the Lionhearted. Like, was on again, off again with the peace. Was just like, dude, don't piss me off. That's what he said. He was pretty much like that. You piss him off, he's gonna kill you. He hasn't. So, he died of fever in March, not long after King Richard's departure. King Richard was pissed. He was fucking pissed, because he had already left, and he was like, fuck it, I don't want to go back. So he missed out. If he'd stayed, he could have gone while the head was off the snake, as some people say. But in reality, took too long. He didn't want to come back. He was like, fuck it, dude. Like, the minute this guy died, it implied this guy lost no matter what. Because this guy, like, he kept Richard out in real ways. Richard left. It was never coming back. We're all too old for this. I'm gonna die. And like, this man, completely pissed, sees his point, stays the fuck away. Traveling as you get old, it's gonna be bad. Plus, he's got his Robin Hood issues. This is the King Richard from Robin Hood, by the way, so you understand. This guy here, this guy, this leper king, who I think was really young, maybe not. Younger than everybody here, though. This guy right here, King Richard's cousin. That's all he is. He's just some guy that was there. This guy, being horribly fucked up by disease and horribly dealing with crazy shit like this, looked like a very good king from what I understand, at least in this movie. In reality, who knows? Like, he was good, at least better than Guy de Lusignan, because he fucked it all up. This guy didn't fuck everything up because he didn't lose it. He died to his disease because he was diseased. He was a running clock. He, like, if he gets busy with a girl, he's gonna give her leprosy. You get too close to him, you get leprosy. Like, I could be mistaken, but it might run like tuberculosis. Like, him being king, there are always lepers in, like, places like this. He was just a royal one. You know what that means? It means he got out of here a little too much. This guy, like most popes, after a certain point, assholes. If they're not, like, assholes for one reason or another. This guy, massive Chauncey. Just ha ha ha, you know, we gotta, like, I'm here. Like, you want to get money? You go to the church. They always have money. Everybody on the low end, everybody who's a peasant, is gonna go to church. It's medieval European society. You fail to go to church, you're an apostate. They're gonna fuck you up. This guy, eating nice food, has a plate of fruit. Everybody else is fighting over how to kill each other. Or how to kill people outside the room. Saladin crosses the Jordan with 200,000 men. That is more than enough to take care of people. This is everybody's problem. Like, this isn't planes. This isn't like cars. This is you either on horseback or in a carriage. So, this is more or less a queen. She quiches out with this kid. She's already married to somebody else. It is and is not her right. Medieval society, he's not supposed to get hanky-panky with this girl ever. This is chivalric love. He gets a little hanky-panky. Is that real? People are human. That is the bottom line. People are human. She has, like, maybe she has a bastard. Maybe she does not. She decides to stay with Guy. Guy loses the, like, he loses the Holy Land to Saladin. Saladin came with 200,000 men. Guy wasn't really going to have that happen either way. Horse, bridle, crown. This is what you go through when you have to be a courier. Alright, so you understand, everybody lives outside the castle. Everybody. Doesn't matter who it is. If you ain't in here, you are not military, you are not a noble, and you are not an artisan with some cool shit to keep at market that could afford it. So you're out here doing peasant shit. Everybody alright, so everybody is going to haul ass into here. If Saladin was super dangerous, as everyone hauls ass into here, his spies, his henchmen, they go with them. They might not be recognized immediately, but hey, you get a couple of people from the Silk Road or whatever, you send them up here, you're fine. Too Asian, they get caught. Okay? So, all this, like Saladin's people, they're not going to wipe these people out. That's why he was one of the greatest kings. All these people go in here, it becomes a siege. They have to feed everybody for a minute. Sieges can last years. Alright. So. Alright. This guy, knight. Like, regardless of what he wants to do, he's a knight now, he has to do this. He isn't like a trained knight like everybody else. He's a blacksmith, so he's an armorer, he knows his gear. Notice, Saladin and them, big procession, just being scary. He's playing honor guard to the queen. Or at least, should I say the princess, because she's not queen until her brother dies. This is good moves for him, but he's not going to do what he needs to on either end. He doesn't have enough land, he doesn't have enough men. He's been here for like a couple months to a year. If he was situated really well, maybe he sets up a coup, she okays it, her brother okays it, and the church goes, we don't want to deal with your shit, do whatever the fuck you want, it's Game of Thrones. With that said, he's not been here long enough, he doesn't have an army, he doesn't have money. They gave him a piece of land, he was fucking like digging a well, dude. Do you know how your land is trash if the first thing you're doing is finding water already? People have lived there already. He's setting up a well. His dad didn't set up a well. It's a new piece of land. They gave his dad's land away. Eva Green. These guys didn't kill any people, just doing procession and running. This is terrifying to some people. You see an army of horses, you're going to deal. This guy says, you go in there, we're going to cause interference. There are still people trying to get inside. Good guy, very chivalric. Protect the weak, do shit like that. In the grand scheme, if he dies, he dies. That guy, haha, fat Chauncey. I could help, I'm gonna get drunk and watch you go do this. This is Renaud, Guy's friend. I'm looking for the guy who runs shit. Now, Renaud says, come for the siege. Maybe you can hit up the princess. He hits up the princess in front of Renaud. Renaud rats to Guy. He dies anyway. It's going to be a castle. Castles have eyes. You're going to die. Fat Chauncey watching from the stables. Just, I'm up here, like the stands. People still going inside. You ready to die, bro? I guess so. Fuck it. This is what we do, right? That guy's worried. This is all he's got, dude. Like this makes up all the like man at arms that Balian has. Saladin has an army of 200,000 men. His intention is to take back the Holy Land. No matter what, you're not going to win that long term. This is a skirmishing force. They'll respect you if nothing else because you fought them instead of the other guys. You might not make it through this. You don't know. Doesn't matter. Everybody knows. God wills it. Allahu Akbar. Whatever. I won't take it in vain for these guys. These guys say it casually. It's become a meme for Christians. You got eaten that quick. This is actually the chaos of war. Fuck it. In reality, you can't really tell what's going on. This is why people wear uniforms. No matter what, People on both sides are going to die. This is some real shit. Some people are doing it for God. Some people are doing it for country. Some people are doing it for money. Some people are just doing it because they don't like the guys on the other side. Fuck it. Like, this guy's doing really good for a blacksmith, but he had to hold a heavier hammer all day and make those things. Everybody else should be trained soldier. It's real sad to watch somebody lose. You never know how it goes. This was the guy in charge. It's time to have a talk. How can you tell? By what he wears. Those guys tell you what's up. Look it. Before we get into this talk, this guy's fucked up. Everybody else is fucked up. Looks like a black guy. Doesn't matter. Crusaders. This guy could be Ethiopian. He could be anything from Nigerian to like he wouldn't be from Mali. You know why? Because if he's from Mali or something, Islam is on its way there. If not there already. Oh, now he's white. This guy opened up like stealing a horse with this guy. He was like, yo, you never know who's around, bro. He watched him kill somebody. What is a good spy? This guy watched the other guy kill somebody after pretending to be somebody else. Good spy was embedded in the Holy Land to check out what was up. Was like, dude, I've met your dad. You should be better than this. You prove better than this. I'm glad I met your dad. You are both good men. Dude, like, war is hell, yo. War is hell. This isn't even real war. This is a skirmish. Blood spray. What do you think? What language do you think they talk in real ways? Do they talk in Arabic? Like, somebody here has to know the other's language for them both to understand the language that they are speaking. Once again, he'll die there either way. He goes in, he talks to the princess too much, he's gonna die. These guys, gonna kill everybody either way. Church is here, because if the church doesn't come after that Christian guy like Guy de Lucian or Rene de Chateau raped Saladin's sister in a haha, this is a funny thing moment, like, people were going to die in mass. In the end, everybody parading here is going to die anyway. You can do a lot of things for God, but you'll lose your plot protection real quick if you fight for the wrong reasons. In reality, this guy, like, if this guy had started feeding people like this to, like, the Saracens, and yo, you want appeasement? Find your appeasement in blood. Find it in justice. We're giving you the guys. Nobody here had to die in real ways. And if they did, like, it wasn't because of this man. This man dies, everybody else sees it. This man, like I said, is a leper. He has to get on a horse. Riding a horse is hard. It hurts. The first thing you have to get used to is like the wear and tear on your legs. It's also wear and tear on your back. This is great to see. This is scary as shit, bro. Like, I'd love to be part of this, but in reality, this is chaos. This is sheer fucking unbridled chaos if these two people meet in a really wrong way. Yo, you can be impressed by this guy, you cannot be impressed by this guy. But you have to understand, this guy had the will of God, and if he wanted everybody here to die, they're gonna die. This guy, known to be a good man. So for that, respected. He came out here to stop this bloodshed. It means he sacrificed himself rather than sacrifice these troops. Which is respectable, because he came himself. He did not want mistakes made. He didn't want people to die that didn't have to. In reality, he holds it off as long as he can. Everybody else dies. This girl, Christian now. She's acting Bedouin, she's acting native. Either way, she acts too wild, she's gonna get people hurt. This society, she dishonors herself. On the Muslim end, they'll say kill her, kill everyone. It's just a great sin. On the Christian side, they'll be like, yeah, we'll see what we can do. You know, we like to have bastards here and out there to have the blood out. Gotta keep it going. There is no birth control. She steps out with Balin, it might happen. William Wallace, Braveheart, classic example, it might happen. Do you know what it is to make terms? Do you know what it is to make terms? Have we come to terms on this agreement? Are we at terms? Can we be cool about this? Do we have other issues, or is there something else you need? This man, look at the filigree on this. Look how nice this is. This is the mask of a king. Respect his wealth. But all these people are a representation of this man. This kingdom is decaying in front of people, but is still alive. I'll send you my positions. At this point in history, these guys are doing way more than the Christians when it comes to being smart. Algebra, like heavy mathematics, maybe the calculus. They're also at the beginning and end of the Silk Road, depending on how you want to look at it. So they see real Asians who have been dealing with, it's pretty much the same type of society, different fucking views. These guys eating dates, figs, stuff like that. Ramadan's a rough month, so don't eat at the very beginning of winter. Just let winter, you know, like that fall month, let it slide. We would rather eat later when the food is there. Because if we eat now, like it's fine. When it gets at the end of the, like, when we get to like January to March, we're not going to have food and we're going to be fucked up. So just don't eat early out. Get fit. You don't want to get too fat during the winter. Japanese people, they pay you in rice. You get your land, you get cuckoos of rice. It's like a barrel. It should be, one cuckoo should be enough to save your family from starvation over the course of a year. You use it to pay everyone else. So, Saladin's out. This guy feels like great guy. Gets yelled at. Wasn't enough. I think I'm good. I got a stuffy nose. I think somebody's hitting up somebody like with some drugs to be like, yo, you got this kid's blood in you, can we fuck him up? Space Dragon, I'm looking at you. Billy Cratch, I'm looking at you. You don't like being caught, dude? You do understand, Billy, that like you guys can dash. But if I can catch you and anybody else in the same place, it's going to happen. If I can catch you alone, it's going to happen. You can feel real accomplished in fucking with me, but you really can't because it hurts, right? It hurts horribly. Hurts your body, hurts your soul, hurts your mind. It'll hurt more physically should I run into you. Feel free to call the police. Premeditation will get me 65% more time, and I'll be gone, but they'll have to talk about you in some real ways. And they don't want to do that, so we'll see how it goes. They also don't want to talk to me about the crazy shit I do, and how I've already mentioned this to them multiple fucking times. So keep fucking around, and we'll see where it goes. Dude, what? Like, dude, what? When you go, dude, like, dude, what? What the fuck are you trying to tell me? Like, I'm gonna get off. It's been about 5 hours. But don't expect to fuck with my shit and not get fucked up, bro. Like, okay. Like, you're dealing with some heavy hitters that know that I have, like, hive mind and telepathy with my blood. But understand, like, I get pretty vicious. So thank you. Peace out, folks.